Hi, I'm Michelle Renée. I'm an abstract artist from Little Rock, Arkansas. I've been painting for, maybe 30 years. Seriously, for about 20 years, and full-time since 2018. I work in acrylics, but sometimes I'll throw in a collage effect and rip something out of a magazine and put it on my painting, but mostly it's acrylics. Well, first of all, the show is titled The Space Between, and the reason for that is because there's two reasons. One is a couple of months ago, a guy asked me, he was 18 years old, and he's getting ready to venture out into the world on his own, and he asked me, how did I know I wanted to be an artist? And I told him, or that I could be an artist. And what I told him was when the voices in my heart were louder than the voices in my head, then I knew I could be an artist. And so the other reason why it's called The Space Between is because there are spaces in my canvases. For instance, this one, which is how it all got started with this painting called A Lesson in Humility. I wanted to have some white spaces. I didn't want to just fill up the canvas with a bunch of paint. I wanted to have some white spaces to represent the space between. Usually when I sit down to do a painting, I do the painting and it's done. I never work on 2 or 3 or 4 paintings at a time. I always start with one painting and I paint it and then it's done and then I go to the next one. It makes sense to me because I'm putting all of my effort and all of my emotions in one painting. If I had a whole bunch of them going at one time, I wouldn't have those emotions. I would have the emotions of being frantic. So it started with this piece, and I did it in one day, and I sat back and I liked it, and I liked the space in between it, and so I started doing the rest of them for the show, and I left white spaces in all of the paintings. This season of my paintings, it was harder for me to paint simply to get an idea going because I had other ideas in my head that I was dealing with, life stuff. And that's what painting is all about, is to deal with the life stuff for me. I know when a painting is done, I instinctively know. It's something that I'm really grateful that I have, that I instinctively know when to stop painting, put it down, and move on to the next one. So this piece is titled Out of the Blue, and the reason why is because out of the blue I came up with this concept. It's, I don't know if it's capturable on film, but there are several variations of blue in here. There's navy blue and Prussian blue and pepper blue. There's all kinds of blue in here. And the circle or the coil or the spring or whatever you want to call this is a piece that you have to appreciate from up close, I think. I mean, it looks different far away, but it looks awesome up close because there's a lot of work in this piece. And then you've got the hint of chartreuse there at the end. And so I like this piece a lot. I like working in blues. Blues make me happy. And so here's another blue one that I worked on. There's a quote by Gerhard Richter. And he says, art is the highest form of hope. And so when I was painting on this one, it was a time when I was hopeful in my life. And not that I'm always hopeful. I think art itself represents hope. Hope for the people who see it and buy it, and hope for the people who are making it. Hope that people get out there and see it, or for the buyer, hope that they appreciate it in their home, whatever. So I love that quote. I use texture in every one of my paintings. I like the effect of 3D just coming out at you. I don't like a flat painting. For me, I want to be able to see and feel what the painting is representing. So, and I love working in blues. Again, all different colors of blue. And this is not even black, this is Payne's gray, and then Prussian blue, navy blue. There's some Celeron blue in here. So yeah, I love working in blues, and I love this piece. It's titled, Do You See What I See? And hopefully you do. So several years ago, a man approached me and told me, without me asking him for his opinion, that my work is not consistent. And he meant it as an insult, but I kind of took it as a compliment. My work is not consistent, but the thing that's consistent about me is the texture in my paintings, the hope, as I stated before, the bravery that I put out there, and the fact that you can look around the room and see that the same person did all of these different inconsistent paintings. You know, if it wasn't for Argenta Library or any of the free open spaces to artists like me, I never would be able to show in here because my work is not consistent as far as galleries are concerned or anything like that. So I'm really grateful to the Argenta Library and all of the libraries, the Lehman Library, everybody who shows art for people who are, for people like me who deserve a chance. I think being an artist is the bravest thing you could possibly do. You're creating something that comes from inside of you, somewhere in your heart or your mind or your soul or wherever, or your feelings and emotions. But regardless, it's brave to put it on canvas, first of all, because that's crazy bravery. But then to show it to somebody and expose yourself to all kinds of opinions. It's brave to paint. And there's not an artist that I don't like. I love every single artist. I'm not always crazy about how they executed a painting or their subject matter, but because they put art down on canvas, I'm an admirer. When people leave the show, I hope they feel inspiration. If she can do it, I can do it. And it can be anything. It can be, I can record a song, you know, or I can paint a painting. Inspiration that people have when they leave here. The colors in this show especially, I think is fun and whimsical, and hopefully people will walk away thinking happy thoughts and be happy about it. But what people can get out of any art is inspiration, that they can do it, whatever it may be. My name is Michelle Renée, and this is my show, The Space Between. It's here from September 20th to October 11th, and I hope you get the opportunity to come by and see it. Thank you so much.